Okay, hello, my name is Heather, or Heather Bananarama, as I'm known on YouTube, and I am a hair and makeup artist in Austin, Texas, and I decided to start making YouTube videos on this channel as a way for my clients to be able to follow my tips and tricks that I do in salon at home. And they'll be able to recreate anything I can do in the salon at their house. Just make it easier for you. So here we are. I thought that for my first video we could start off by doing just my natural face, just my natural kind of like medium coverage foundation routine. And this is for my full face. I am going to do eyes and whatnot probably in another video, just because I like to go a little bit more in depth on it. So, also if you hear dogs in the background, those are my dogs. I have two dogs. Their names are Toby and Sadie, and right now they have the sillies. So that's what it is. So let's get started. So we are starting with clean, moisturized skin. I do have an SPF on right now. I do recommend that anytime you're stepping outside the house that you do have an SPF on, just because you can get a lot of sun damage even if you're wearing makeup, and it's just another layer of protection. So I prefer using, what is it, Supergoop. Supergoop has a sunscreen that I love, and I moisturize with my daytime cream, and we're gonna jump right into it. So I'm going to prime today. I have all my products in front of me. I'm gonna prime today, and I'm gonna be using the Tatcha Silk Canvas. Now I'm going to dip my Morphe sponge into Hi! Thank you. No, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am. Okay. Dip the bottom end of my Morphe sponge into my Tatcha Silk Primer and pick up a good bit of it. See right there. And I'm just gonna blend it into my T-zone, or where I feel like I have enlarged pores or fine lines or anything like that. That is my dog squeaking her toy. Thank you, honey. Okay. She's just gonna do that. This is their house. I just live in it. So, I have used the e.l.f. Poreless Primer Putty. And it is comparable to the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I'd say that if you're more oily, maybe go with the Tatcha Silk Canvas, whereas if you're a little bit more dry, you can reach for the e.l.f. Poreless Putty. It's just a matter of consistency and how you like your products. So now we are going to go in with yet some more moisturizing, and this is the Bobbi Brown Illuminating Balm. It'll just give you a nice glow underneath your foundation, underneath your makeup. I'm just taking about a dime size amount, and I'm just gonna spread it in with my fingers, attempting to work in an upwards motion. I know I look crazy, and I know my blood is coming to the surface. That's all right. And that's in, I guess they do have shades in that, and that's in Bare Glow. So you see it kind of added like a nice little sheen to my skin. It's just, again, another layer of protection. Next I'm going in with my foundation, which today I'm using the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I'm just gonna go in with 2 pumps at first, and I'm using my, again, my Morphe sponge. And I'm just going with on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna work that into the sponge a little bit before I apply it to my face. And try not to get it on my earring. I'm gonna stay away from my nose and my under eye area, just because I know that's where I'm going to be concealing. And so, and I have my mirror right down here in front of me, and there is light shining through right now. And we are joined by my other doggy, Toby. Hi guys. No fighting. Oh goodness, they do really have the sillies today. So I'm just working from bottom to top, just mainly forehead, cheek area, moving down to my chin and my neck. Making sure, even if it is your perfect match, it could be your ultimate perfect match, and it may oxidize a little bit, which means it may change colors due to direct sunlight. So just no harm, no foul. Just move it down. You'll thank me later. Now that we are done with that, I'm going to go in, and I'm gonna actually use my Tarte Shape Tape today. I think I'm in the shade Fair Neutral, and I'm just gonna do a little dot. It is a full coverage concealer, so I don't like using a lot as I swipe it all over my face and feather it down the nose. I find that this, I do have a combination. Yeah, I'm just putting it all over. I'm only gonna use a little, and like 5 minutes later, it's all over my face. I found for my specific combination skin, for my specific skin type, that it's better if I just go ahead and use concealer to cover my nose area. That's just from me learning my skin. Let me see, it's covering my redness. Goodbye, redness. Goodbye. Oh, thank God. Making fun of faces to the camera. And just really getting it on the sides of my nose, on the tip of your nose. Don't forget the tip of your nose. I've done that before where I've just completely left the tip of my nose. I look like Rudolph, and it was summertime. So, I'll let you paint that picture for yourself. Let's see. So, making sure that it's blended into the foundation. There is totally direct sunlight right there. Perfect. So now we can go in and we can use some powder. So today I'm gonna go in with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics powder in the shade Fair. It just has a little bit of a tint to it, and I'm just gonna go in and kind of swirl my brush into the actual just pan or like the sifter area, and then I'm using a dense natural hair brush. I find for me that's just what works best. You're more than welcome to use synthetic, but when you are using a powder, you typically want the brush to pick up a good amount of powder and kind of keep it in there so it can spread it around a little bit easier. So I would say using a denser brush, even whether it be natural or synthetic, but this natural brush has never done me wrong. So we're gonna go with that today. And I'm gonna go over my nose. Now when I'm doing kind of like, I guess, natural foundation, when I'm doing natural foundation like this, I tend to just kind of put it around my T-zone, and then where I tend to lean on myself, on my face, so that I can make sure that like 8 hours later I still have a little bit of foundation on. I am a leaner, that's fine. You can be a leaner and still wear makeup. I found that this is sweat proof. I've worn this many a times over a 12-hour period. It's never done me wrong, really. So now we are going to go in for bronzer, and today I am using the Hoola Light from Benefit since I'm pale right now. And I'm just gonna use the palette, kind of outline it, and then feather it in. I'm using a small, technically a mini foundation brush, but I prefer to use it for bronzer or for contour just because it's got this really nice fan shape and it's dense as well. And so for powders, I like my brushes to be dense. I like my brushes to have some fullness to them. And you see, I don't go all the way up to my forehead. I feel like for me, it just kind of brings everything down and makes me almost look like a smush face. So I tend to stay away from that. Next, I'm gonna be going in with a stippling brush. And I'm gonna be going in with Galifornia by Benefit as well, just to give it a nice pink sheen. Just have some rosy cheeks. If you notice that your blush throughout the day kind of tends to wear off, I do more, but you can also pinch your own cheeks. Pinch your cheeks, girl. Pinch your cheeks. I love doing that. Pinching my cheeks and give myself a little bit more color. It's one of my favorite things to do throughout the day, and you just kind of look like your gradient, just pinching your own cheeks. So next, since we're staying with like the kind of natural looking skin, dewy looking skin, I want to make sure that I'm not looking too powdery. Sometimes after I do blush, after I do powder, after I do bronzer, it looks a little powdery to me, and I want to look like a real person. I want to look like I have some color on my skin. I want to look like I have some, you know, just nice oils happening on my skin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, using my Morphe sponge with the inside, I'm gonna put a little bit of the Smashbox primer oil on it, and you know, just rub that in and use the back of my palm if there was any extra to tap it off and kind of really get it into the sponge. And I'm just gonna go over lightly my cheek area, really anywhere I feel may have gotten too much powder. And you know, it's fine, it's totally fine. If you go a little overboard, just try to counteract it with powder.